Alrighty, ladies. Good evening, ladies. I just wanted to have a evening chat, just about relationship, dating, posting, interracial relationships and dating rules slash advice. The first thing I like to say is this: when it comes to relationship, when it comes to dating, there are many rules that people live by, LIVE, and there are many rules that people play by, PLAY. In my experience, for myself, the best rules that that has honestly worked for me has been the rules of my own, the advice of my own. Now, that does come from my rearing, primarily from my dad, and that's just me being honest. Relationship advice and the counseling I see online, I just don't resonate with it. I just don't. Not for the lifestyle that I desire, that I already have, and that I desire, and I'm still working to obtain. Now, if you say, well, AEL, what is that? What do you mean? Your own advice, your own rules. I think so many times in relationships, we base our life off somebody else's, as we should not. You all should not be looking at my life in any type of way saying, well, I think I should do this just because she does it. What works for my life may not work for yours. We may have some similarities, but everything will not come out the exact same, especially in the areas of relationship, because we all are programmed differently, built differently, genetically made up differently, fearfully and wonderfully made it by the hands of God differently. And I think that's one of the biggest flaws with relationships now. We as people are prone to listen to everything another person says about their life, about their experience, whether it's good, bad, ugly, and indifferent. And we begin to be programmed what worked or didn't work for somebody else's life, when in actuality, what's inside of us works for us. And I think because we sometimes as humans all become so desensitized because of everything that's out here, is just like overpopulation. The dating scene is overpopulated, or whatever the word needs to be. There's so much of relationship, marriage, and dating advice, and people only share a snippet of their life, 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 10 minutes. It's not intimacy. Intimacy is personal and it is private. Intimacy is. So I just want to start off by saying that for me personally, I do not have any advice from anybody that I follow other than I stick to what I was taught, trained, and reared by my daddy. Period. And I get to know a guy for who he is, because one thing my daddy always told me: you are not going to find the same man in multiple men. You will not meet the same man twice. It is humanly impossible. A man may have some similarities, but you will not meet the same man twice. What one man did, if another man comes along and does the same thing that another man did to you, whether it be good, bad, ugly, that is something that's inside of you. It's not him. You're pulling in who you are. And I live by that. I live by that. So that's the first thing that I want to say, ladies. I want to just take a moment, if you all will allow me, and just ask you to be encouraged. Number one. The second thing, I want to also encourage you to say, be confident in who you are and whose you are, because what's inside of you is not inside of another woman. We all are intuitive. We all are discerning, But your intuition will work for you. You will know when something is good for you. You will know when something is not good for you. You will know when something is bad for you. You will know when something is not bad for you. But the chance is a part of life. Taking a chance is just what you have to do. It's no different from me. It's no different from you or the next woman. You have to take a chance. And every chance you take is not just you taking a chance on the guy, is you taking a chance on yourself to prove and remind to you you are who you say you are, or who you have, built yourself to be / become. Now, the next thing I want to say after that, this is the one thing that I definitely will tell you will work for you in dating. I've tried it. It works. It has kept me safe. And it's still keeping me safe by the grace of God. But self-respect. You have to have self-respect before you will gain anybody else's respect. If you have self-respect, a man will know what not to do with you. You will never have to open your mouth. Why? Because your actions will show him, don't do that. Your actions will also show him, I want you to do some of this. Self-respect. Your boundaries may not be my boundaries. Your compromise may not be my compromise. But your self-respect, your boundaries, and your compromise will work for you. Regardless of what somebody else's does, yours will work for you. Whatever standards you have, you won't drop those. You won't settle you won't settle. You may compromise on some things, but you will not drop your standards. Standards are character. It's who you are made up of. Your yes will be your yes. Your no will be your no. If a man tries to push you too far, your no will become a hell no. But I can assure you, self-respect and standards, those two things have kept me safe, and by the grace of God, they are still keeping me safe. Now, the next thing I want to say is interracial dating. I saw a comment on a few videos back that we did, I think about a week or so ago. And a sister said, how do you feel about interracial dating? And I'm actually glad that she asked that, because I've said some um, somewhat biased or maybe even considered derogatory remarks about interracial dating. This is my thing: when it's organic, no motives, it's genuine. Not you dating outside of your race, whatever your race may be, because you've gone through a plethora of men of your race that have not done you right. Instead of you looking at your race, I think it's meant for a woman to look at themselves. That's first and foremost. When it is genuine, I have no issue with people dating outside of their race. I have dated a white guy before. I have no problems with that. I'm not against it. When it's genuine, when it's authentic, when it's real. Not when a person says, I can't stand black men, all black men are this, black men don't take care of their children, black men are so poor, they're uneducated, they come from this. Not when they say a white man is just, he's just too much, or whatever, whatever, whatever. When it's genuine, whatever his race is, when it's genuine, I love it, I support it, I believe in it. It is a part of life. Not when people date and say, my life didn't get any better until I got this race in my life. I should have been switched over. That tells me right there it's not genuine. It's beneficial to you, not genuine. When a person will say, my life got so much better when I met this husband or this wife, and they don't say anything about race, and they just show you who their companion is. But when people pull the race card like that, to me, in my opinion, I don't always think that is genuine. I think it's very beneficial. A person gets with someone that can pull them up by the bootstraps, and or pull them up from a low and dark place, and they enjoy it, and like I said, it's beneficial to their life in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Nothing wrong with interracial dating. Nothing at all. Now, the last thing I want to say before I take any questions, when it comes to relationships and dating, let's just say dating. When it comes to dating, there's a lot out here in the dating pool. Dating does not mean that you're in a relationship with someone. Dating means you're getting to know a person. Dating means y'all go out, you do things, you exchange time, energy, maybe even money. If you want to, it can be sex, but primarily dating does not involve sex. Or I would say for, lightly say for some, it shouldn't involve sex. Dating is dating. You can date whoever, you can date however many. There's no number. Because you're just going out, you're just getting to know that person. You can get to know 3 4 people and then begin to minimize whose worth whose worth you beginning to be intimate with. You cannot be intimate, and you would not, or hopefully should not be intimate with everyone that you date. Dating, there are levels to dating. When you get to the level of intimacy, likely you're going into some form of a relationship, and you and your experience with that person will define the type of relationship that you all are experiencing. Now, I'm going I'm going to say this because I like to be straightforward, blunt, and honest. This is why I am posting just these short snippets of a guy named Steven in my life. Number one, women need to see women taking a chance. When people say the word take a chance, they make it seem like it's so bad. Women need to see women trying, working to obtain a healthy relationship where they're not bitter, especially when they've been hurt, when they've been disappointed, when they've been, a little pooped on, doodled on. Other women need to see and experience seeing another woman trying. Because for me personally, I hope it will motivate you. I hope it will inspire you. I hope it will give you some get up and go about your own dating life and get out and take a chance. Give somebody a chance. Sometimes in dating, ladies, you may find someone and you all are dating and you click very well. And that could be a person that the Lord will use to open you up, to prepare you for a relationship. And it might not be that person. It could be the next person that comes around. You could move. Y'all could, they could move, or you all could just grow apart, or just a person that's sent into your life to help open you up. But I'm telling you bluntly, so you will know this. So when you look at these shorts, you don't look at it and try to internalize my life and miss your own. If I can get out here and try, if I can get out here and work on my date life, because I want a relationship, because I too, just like many of you, desire marriage. So I really have not made my mind up about having another child. So I really can't say yay or nay on that. But the fact that I, as a woman that's 44 years old, I desire a relationship. I desire intimacy. I desire marriage. I desire family. I will not get it if I don't try. I will not get it if I don't work at it. And as a public worker, primarily of women, it is not fair for you all to sit up here, especially if you came from off that All Eternal Love channel and you have watched my life. It was under a lot of heat and scrutiny, persecution, and a lot of embarrassing points for something that I did hope to have a different type of ending. It's not fair for me to just fall off altogether and I don't even try. That's my opinion on that. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair. And I don't know if you all know the statistics on this, but statistics show that it is challenging for women, primarily of psychic women, women that are mediums. It's very challenging and likely not for those kind of women to get married or in serious relationships, because men are intimidated, because uh we have the ability or particular gifts that reveal things to us, or those that are just tarot readers, they can read cards and find out and see. So I said that, when I got comfortable with someone, that I would allow my I guess tribe, you would say, that I would allow you all to see snippets of what I do and who I do, and maybe who I even do them with. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, it may not be understandable for everybody else, but like I told you all, over here, I like to be a little bit more intimate, because our community over here is a little smaller. And while we're smaller, I'm hoping and thinking that we can be a whole lot more genuine than what I can be on the AEL channel. Not to say that I'm not genuine, but I have to have a nasty side of me, and blunt and nasty. So that's why you see these snippets. It's not to show off. It's not to say, oh, that I have arrived. I'm letting you know I'm out here trying. But I've been telling y'all that. I'm letting you know, and I'm letting you see I'm out here trying. And so that it's not perceived to be fake, that's why I allowed you to hear, his voice, that is actually a man. You get what I'm saying? Because we as women, we need hope, because there's so much out here in this dating pool. And I'm going to put my little 2 cents on the dating pool. What I think is going on, I think the grade of people are at a all-time low, male and female, the grade of them. And men and women do not have the morals, the value, their conduct. It is just not where people portray it to be. It sucks. So if there may be some things that you may have to compromise on, and you would know what those things are, it's not for you to discuss with anybody else. That's private, that's intimate. But the Lord will prick your spirit, place something on your heart to compromise on, and you still are manifesting a true companion. But you need a companion. We need a man that is about morals, values, conduct, honesty, integrity, and whatever his honesty is. A man that is honest with you, you can build with him. You can't build anything off of dishonesty. A lie is going to always bring in trouble, one way or another. If you tell one lie, you have got to tell another one to cover up the first lie. Another lie got to be told to cover up the second lie. And it's going to be a plethora of lies. Somewhere down the line, mess is going to come. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to understand what parts of your life should be intimate and private, and the Holy Spirit will prick you. Yeah, the Holy Spirit will prick you and let you know, don't share this, don't share that. You can show a little of this, you can show a little of that. If I were not in the public eye, as far as like social media, as a public worker, because I'm not an influencer, I'm a public worker. If I were not a public worker, you all would know nothing of my personal life. You don't believe me? My last Facebook that I had before my recent one now, I dated a guy for 3 years. Nobody knew I was in a relationship. But that's how I date. I dated a guy for 3 years. Nobody knew. Sometimes we show people too fast. You get what I'm saying? And sometimes we put things out there too fast. So it all comes with maturity. You have to know, this is just a chance that I'm taking, because I want to be some hope to the next woman who feels like it won't happen, it can't happen, it will happen. But you have to consult the Lord. And there are some things, lady, that yes, we do have to bridle our tongue on. We can, we're not in a season of life, and we won't get there for quite some time, in my personal opinion. We're not in that season to where we can share, because we have the spirit of too many monitoring spirits, too many familiar spirits, too many spirits of Ahab, too many spirits of Jezebel. We just have too many spirits that want to see us fall as a whole. So it's not about a person hiding you. It's about until the foundation is laid correctly. People are going to always speculate, y'all. Spectators will always be there. So what? My dad taught me and my brothers from children, you don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. You give the illusion to the left hand that they know, but you keep the facts to yourself. So I just want to say, I want to back it up a little bit for anybody that just came in. Number one, you got to have self-respect. You know what that is for your life. I'm not going to sit here and tell you what self-respect looks like for you, because you know what it is. You got to have self-respect. Number two, you have to have boundaries. Boundaries come in standards. You got to have standards. In those standards, you will have boundaries. And number three, you got to take a chance on you. Dating is not about taking a chance on somebody else. Dating is about taking a chance on you. Okay, I did it. I tried it. It worked. It didn't work. And guess what? I don't really think now in my life, in my middle age of living, I don't think there's so much of a word called failure. I think we gain the experience. We gain experience from it. But I think because people have toyed around and tossed that word failure out here so much, that we look at, oh my God, it didn't work. I definitely can't talk about anybody else. Maybe I shouldn't date. All that could be true, but your spirit of discernment will let you know. And why will your spirit of discernment let you know? Because you have an intimate relationship with the Lord. And he will lead, guide, and direct you. Your footsteps are ordered from him, not from any of these influencing people that show you snippets of their lives. Because you only get 15 seconds or 30 seconds, at the most a minute on shorts. So you gotta be careful with that. So I'm a pause right there. I think that part was enough. I'm gonna see if anybody has any questions, any comments. Um I'm gonna go through here. Does anybody have any comments? Again, I hope this message will encourage you. What am I hoping to encourage you? Encourage you in to try, to work on it, to date, to take a chance on you. To date someone that you may say is even that's not even your type, and that type could not be your race, it could not be your size, it could not be your height, it could not be your a certain tax bracket, but to take a chance, give an opportunity with the hopes of gaining an opportunity. Yes, DG. Yes, yes, yes. We'll have a separate conversation about that. Absolutely. I definitely agree with that. God bless you too, Heather. God bless all of us. Now, I'm going to tell y'all one thing I don't do in dating. Um, I'm not going to anybody's house. Uh, for my personal life, for several reasons. But I ain't going to nobody's house. I'm not going to anybody's house. And when it comes to going out on a date, out and about, there are some places, certain styles of restaurants I'm not going to go in. And I'm not going to go out on a date at night with someone that I don't know, and I haven't built enough rapport with. If I got to park in a garage, I'm not going on that date. We are going to go into a restaurant where I can drive straight in, back up, and I can see my surroundings of everything. because there are too many traps set out here for women, and that's women of all ages and all races. So I'm very particular when it comes to dating. While I still wait to see if anybody else have any questions, let me say this about if somebody says, well, how many, is it a bad thing if we date multiple people? No. Dating does not mean you have sex. I don't know why, now I don't know where that came from, where that started. Dating does not mean you have sex unless you want to, but it does not mean that you're in a relationship with somebody. It just means you had sex with them. So if you're dating multiple people and you're having sex with multiple people, you are in what we call a whole season. And that's okay. That's your business. I hope you got you some magnums like I got some. Cause you should be ready, so you ain't got to get ready. You said why date so much? Why not date? Why my response to the why date so much is why not date? What's wrong with dating? Confusion comes from people that are confused and or have hidden motives and agendas. People that can earnestly and honestly date, they typically are dating for a reason or a purpose. If a person wants sex, you'll be able to know that. If a person wants to, a friendship, you'll be able to know that. If a person wants a relationship, you will be able to know that whether that's a man or woman. Dating does not bring confusion. It's people with hidden motives and hidden agendas. Exactly. Yeah, girl, I got my little pillows up here. Yep. I disagree with that. Dating does not bring about confusion. People with hidden agendas and hidden motives, they bring about the confusion. Ladies, if you all are still in here and you don't mind, could you hit the like button for me, please? I agree with that too, DG. A person says something about quantity is not quality. Sometimes you have to go through multiple people to recognize the one person. Going dating multiple people again is not sleeping with the multiple people to recognize the one person. Yep. Date for data. I like that. It may be a waste of time, but this is I'm gonna say what I set my intentions on. Um, when dating, we're going out on a date. Going out on a date for me is typically going to dinner. Most of the time, that's what it is. If it's not dinner, I will meet someone. Actually, believe it or not, y'all, at Books a Millions or Starbucks, dating is going out, engaging in conversation. In conversation, you get to know a little bit about the person. You're building and or establishing rapport. That's what that is. So I never set my intentions on, okay, I'm going out on this date. This man gonna ask me to want to be his girlfriend. He's gonna I just set realistic intentions, conversation, because I like to talk. I like to be educated. So you can't get anywhere without communication. You cannot get anywhere without communication. And there are men out here that are conversationalists. Now, excuse me, what I will say, you have men of conversation that are conversationalists of different scales. Well, if that's you know what, we all play roles in life. Just make sure you stay in the role of your own. Role playing is a part of life. I mean, there's no denying that. And see what Chance said. Chance said conversation. What is that? See, that's because so many times men, a lot, and not all, but a lot, some men, they don't converse with you. They don't communicate with you. Some men have an expectation of getting to know you under your clothes, then talking to you. Then that communication probably is about the next time y'all gonna link up again. Well, ladies, I don't see any more questions. I just wanted to jump on and have a little bit of late night chat about um grown woman relationship, just being honest, woman to woman, and just again wanting to be some motivation for you all to take a chance. Don't be afraid. Oh, excuse me. Be cautious. Be cautious. Be discerning. But if you date in fear, or even if you don't date and you think from a place of fear, if fear is the first thing, you're going to always be handicapped. You're going to always be crippled. You're going to always be paralyzed. You'll always be the one looking out and never getting the experience from within going out. Okay. Well, ladies, you all have a good night. I'm about to get up here and probably just I hear that song in my head. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. Just kicking it for a while. Um, so you ladies have a good night. Remember, get out and date, get out and meet someone. And even if this is not your season to date a guy, spend some quality time with your friends. Spend some quality time with your family. And most importantly, make sure you are spending quality time with yourself. Peace and blessings. Great day, ladies. I love you all so much. I hope that this has been helpful. We will catch up another time. Namaste.